Welcome to an Elite Dungeon 2 solo guide. I'm going to jump straight into this and tell you what I'm using. So first of all, we're using the full first Necromancy set, including the tier 95 weapon and offhand. We're using the Zamarago Nexus, the Scripture of Wen, an EOF with the tier 90 spec inside of it, the Reaver's Ring, the Zook Necromancy Cape. For our inventory, I have an Overload Potion, 2 Super Restore Flasks, Sorrow Brews, an Adrenaline Renewal, a Super Anti-Fire Potion, Vulnerability Bombs, Blue Blubbers, 2 Sailfish, my LOTD that is pointless, you don't need it here, it doesn't work. But then I also have my Rune Pouches for Smoke Cloud. And finally, I am using a Hellhound. This is literally just for damage reduction with scrolls, so you can heal it over time. This isn't necessary, but if you like to take it for learning, maybe it would be good because obviously it does reduce the damage you take by about 20%. Let's dive into the dungeon. I think I'm going to speed up some of the footage as we run through the dungeon, just so that you're able to actually see what monsters I kill, because I am not killing everything. I'm only killing the monsters that are required to be killed to get into the next section of the dungeon. So, for this boss, you want to obviously be kind of ready with everything. It's good to go in with your full 5 souls, if you can. So, it's good that this guy's kind of keeping us in combat. So, what you want to do, obviously, is make sure you heal up your familiar, depending on what you're using. You want to summon your summons, make sure you're overloaded. Make sure that you have your anti-dragon fire on, because he hits hard. You want to flick to your magic prayer, make sure you got your damage prayers on as well. Then we're going to go in and start off. So you want to basically be pretty close to him. You don't want him to melee you if you can help it, but sometimes you can't. So basically you just kind of want to DPS him a bit here. You kind of want to save a lot of the stuff. Then this pulsar is going to spawn. You want to kill it quickly, and then get straight back on him. I think I'm going to try to actually just live in death now. You can see this blue bar I've got above him. Of my head, you want to be close to him and then get out of the black hole that it spawns. So now these are going to spawn, these neutron stars. You want to get it into that black hole so it turns to this white color. And now your goal is to DPS him as quickly as you physically possibly can. You want to try your best here to one cycle him. So you want to literally be pumping out damage on damage on damage. Be good if I actually vuln bombed him and smoke clouded him because I brought the stuff for it, but I'm just stupid, so don't worry about that. And there we go. That is how you kill... What's his name? Astellarn or whatever it is. That's even a PB actually. That's literally a PB. So I guess that's a good kill to showcase. So now we're doing Verak Lith. You want to basically start out trying to do your rotation as fast as possible because you're time gated on the first mechanic at this boss. Important things to cover. There's going to be a mechanic where he drops a magic bomb onto the floor. It'll be marked out on the floor's tile where it's going to land. You want to collect it and pay attention to what colour the bomb is that's falling down and put it into one of the 3 egg piles that is of the opposite colour. That is very important. If you put it in the same colour, it will still explode, most likely killing you. If you have the adrenaline and you feel confident, you can basically just debilitate or reflect or both, and it won't really hit for that much. So let's go. We're going to start off straight away with skulls, get the magic prayer on, Vuln Bomb, Smoke Cloud. So now he's going to do this, so we're going to flip to our Mage Sprayer. Melee, sorry. Then straight back to thingy afterwards. Now to kill this quickly, you can just save your volley. That's kind of what I do here for this. So now we have the adrenaline straight into the Live and Death rotation. Like, straight away. Why is it lagging? So you can see here that mine's blue and I don't have the adren, so I'm going to go and collect it. I got it. I'm going to go over to the green eggs. And just click it in there, and then we're safe. We can carry on now. I don't want him to be in melee distance of me. Make sure you flick to melee for the pillar and straight back to mage afterwards. This is actually quite a slow kill, so I apologise for that. You can basically just try to reso this hit. Yeah, there we go. Easy. It doesn't even hit for that much, so if you do miss a reso, don't worry about it. It hits for about 1.8k, roughly. And he's going to do his stupid tail slam now. If you want to be even faster, you can deathmark the pillow if you want to. So I have the adrenaline to just debilitate and reflect this time, so that's what I'm going to do. And you'll see the bomb hits me for 720 with debilitate and reflect. You can just tank the spike hits on these, by the way. It's basically what I just did. Put my smoke cloud back on him. So you just want to surge out of the way of these. These will hit you, so just make sure you are out of the way, because they hurt. But we have killed him here. I should have killed him already, but I forgot to deathmark him. But yeah, there you go. It's quite a slow kill, 240. But either way, we got the job done. The mechanics aren't too hard in this dungeon, to be honest with you, so it's quite easy to run through this one. Blackstone Dragon is... he's a little bit harder than the others, but he's not too hard. So obviously you want to get all your summons in, make sure your potions are up, make sure your book's on, and I personally pray Mage here. So near the beginning of this fight, you want to be careful for the spikes that he will send out at you. So it's right now, those spikes, move out of the way. If you do not move out of the way, they hit very hard for melee, and they also give you a debuff on adrenaline, which is obviously something that we don't want. So it's just a simple DPS cap at the very beginning. So you're going to get him down to the cap, which I've forgotten what the cap is, to be honest with you. Which is why I'm not wasting all my stuff. So it's about, okay, so it's around 515k. So now we have the 4 black hands. I recommend standing diagonally away from the hand that you're killing, because if you do not, the hands that get sent out will hit you from all of them. Like, if you're in the radius close enough to the other ones, they're all going to hit you. And you do not want that to happen. You want to focus on one at a time, and you only want to deal with one of the hand trails at a time. Because if you get hit by multiple and you don't move out of the way, they hit for rapid typeless damage. And what I mean by rapid is it's like 2 to 3k a tick. So you have to be very careful of it. Now I do think as well, especially if you're learning, since this is meant to be a guide to help you, it's not a race. It doesn't matter what your kill time is. Just focus and stay focused and concentrate on what you're doing. And that will help you a lot. So for the last 1 or 2, depending on your situation, you're going to want to use one of the black hands to build. So I'm not going to use all my stuff here now. I'm literally going to use this final big black hand to build up all of my souls back, get my full adrenaline going, and all that kind of stuff. I want to be making sure that I do have everything that I need to go into Blackstone Dragon again. Okay, so now we are on a time gate, basically. So we want to get all our debuffs on him as quickly as we can and start our rotation to killing him, basically. Now, the mechanics, to be honest, are ignored apart from this fire line. The way that this fire line works is it starts to go around him, as you can see. Like right now, we're completely safe. But that changes as it comes around and it gets in closer. So what I do is I simply step back a little bit and let him come to me, so I do not get hit by this. It is very, very, very rapid typeless damage, so just be aware of that. As a solo, there is no way, especially as Necromancy, that you're going to be able to do this solo. He's now going to do this, where he sends out all of these pulses over here. They just hit for high magic damage, so just move out of the way a little bit and you'll be fine. As long as you're not, like, on top of the side that he sends them to, I wouldn't worry about it too much. So he's going to send out another one of the spikes there. The rotation order for this phase is really weird, I'm not going to lie. Which is why I'm not giving you, like, a specific, and I'm just explaining the mechanic as it goes. Because, for the most part, his mechanics are ignorable. So, now this is where the phase is kind of stupid and boring. All that happens now is he goes around teleporting around the arena like that, spawning his magic shit on the floor. It's the same as the big circles, do not step in it. Because if you do, it goes hurty and you go die. So, you know, move out of the way if there's the fire shit near you. If he spawns on top of you, surge immediately, because he will spawn it on you. Also, make sure that you are paying attention, because he will spawn it around the arena randomly. It's not just where he is stood that it will spawn. So make sure you are paying attention. You know that this phase is over and he becomes attackable again when he says, "Show me the light." As soon as he says, "Show me the light," he's going to do another big ring around him and he will become attackable again. This is obviously where you want to DPS him again. And this is where you can kill him. You want to be careful when it comes back around, so I'm going to move a little bit just so it doesn't hit me. We don't want to get hit here. I didn't really prepare amazingly here because there's not really much for you to deal with. It's the same thing. That magic stuff is all the way over there now, so it's not even an issue for us, to be honest with you. Like, there's not that much that you have to worry about, to be fair. Like, he's death marked and everything. If you don't kill him in time, then maybe you will take some damage. But as you can see right there, we did completely fine. There's no issues or anything like that. The only thing is just making sure that you don't get hit by the typeless stuff here. That is the biggest kind of, like, worry that you're going to have at Blackstone Dragon. and just trying your best to DPS him, really. And you can see that I got 5 Draconic Energy, which isn't amazing. You can get like a 40 plus drop from it, which is what I got yesterday. That's kind of the guide. Hopefully it was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.